7-11 homework time with me, Miss Billman. If 560 milligrams is 80% of a dose of medicine, how much is a full dose? So that 560 is a part. It's not the whole. So I'm looking for the whole. I set it up with my percent over 100 and my part over my whole. I cross multiply. 56,000 is equal to 80x. Now I need to divide. I would divide 56,000. I would divide it by 80. It can go in there 7 times. 80 can go into 567 times 0. And we're going to just have like a 0 party. 0, 0, and 700 milligrams is my full dose. When we're doing this, you'll see the next problem will give me the full dose. So if a full dose of medicine is 560 milligrams, how much is 80% of a full dose? So now I've been given the whole, and now I need to find part. So I do my 80 over 100 is equal to, now for my 560, it goes on the bottom this time because it's the whole. So 100x is equal to, I multiply this by 80, and I get, there's 48. And you see, I'm like, whoa, I need to go back there. I need to go here. There we go. So when you're multiplying, it's actually really good to take your time. So I put these down. Here we go. We're adding 8, 44, and now I'm going to divide by 100. Now the thing when I'm dividing by 100, I really could just move the decimal point 2 to the left. If I was multiplying, I would move it 2 to the right. And again, in this case, I am just dividing. So I could also do long division just like this. So how many times does 100 go into 480? 4. Now we have 80 left over, bring down a 0, and it goes in there 8 times for a total of 448. So 448 would be 80% of 560. If a patient was supposed to take 560 milligrams of medicine, but took only 420 milligrams, what percent of the medicine did the patient take? Multiple ways to do this, but I could do 420 over 560 and multiply it by 100. Now, I know 420 would be on the inside of my house and the 560 on the outside. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Miss Billman, you're going to get a really small number. That's correct, because I will end up multiplying this number by 100 to get a percent. So it goes in there 0 times, put down a decimal point. 560 goes into 4,200 7 times. And that's 0, 42, carry the 4, 35 plus 4, 39. I hope 39. And now I need to subtract, but I'm gonna have to borrow. When I'm doing this, it is super important that you take your time, because if you have a computational error, your computational error could, decide, wow, that's really not what that's supposed to be. So now I need to do 56 or 560. How many times can that go into 2,800? I'm going to guess about 5, because 5 times 5's 25. And weird, I got a perfect 2,800. So I have 0.75, which is, I could write it 75 over 100, or it is 75%. So this patient took 75% of their medicine. Okay, sales tax. Sales tax is really like saying for every dollar, I'm going to pay 7 cents in this case. If sales tax is 7%, how much tax will you pay on a CD that costs $15? So here's where you could do this. 15 multiplied by 0.07. It is just 7%. I multiply that out and I get a final answer of 105, but I need to move that decimal point over, and I get 1.05, so $1.05. In Smallville, 2,400 of the 20,000 workers are unemployed. In Big Town, 6,750 out of 75,000 workers are unemployed. Which town has a larger unemployment problem? So I'm going to have to find the percents of this. So I'm setting this up 2,400 over 20,000. And I know that's for Smallville. And then Big Town will be set up the exact same way. So I'm going to divide. Again, I would get a very small number, but that decimal point will then turn into a percentage. So 20,000 definitely cannot go into 2,400. So I still go through kind of the motions. There's a decimal point, bring it down. 20,000 into 24,000. Yeah, that I could do. There's 1. 4,000 left over. 0, bring it down. 20,000 into 40,000, 2. 40,000, then I'm done Dundee. So I would multiply that by 100 or just move the decimal point 2 to the right and get 12%. So 12% of Smallville, they are unemployed. Big Town, 6,750 of 75,000 workers are unemployed. Okay, so I'm still going to divide. That's like, I know that's coming. So upon first look, you look at this and you go, oh yeah, Big Town, because they have more people unemployed. But percentages are really what makes this so you can compare. So 75,000 into, now it's 67,500. You're like, ooh, that can't happen. So I need to subtract, and now I'm going to put another percent up there. There's my decimal point. So I bring that down. Now I can definitely try this. 675. I swear I'm going to get this right one day. 675,000. How many times can 75,000 go in there? Well, I know 9 would probably be helpful because 7 times 9 is 63. So we'll make that work. And it ended up being exactly. Wow. So can you believe that? We have 0.9 as my percent for Big Town. So really, Smallville has more people unemployed. They have a bigger percentage of their population, which was weird because upon first look, you would have thought Big Town because Big Town has more people unemployed. But really, compared to the total population, they don't have as much. That's so crazy. So things we did in this problem is that we looked at finding a percent, a specific, where we had our numerator and our denominator, so our unemployed over our total. But when we divided it, we went from a decimal point to a percentage. And that's something that can be kind of tricky, but we totally owned it and got it. Wow, finding that percent really helps you be able to understand why the numbers are that way. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend Sparkle toothpaste. What percent of the dentists recommend Sparkle toothpaste? So 4 over 5 is equal to something over 100 because percents are over 100. So I could ask, what did I do to this 5 to get 100? Well, I multiplied by 20. Do that to the numerator, and it's 80%. The recommended daily allowance of cholesterol is 300 milligrams. What is 80% of the recommended daily allowance of cholesterol? So I need to find 80% of 300. So here's a way to do this. 300 multiplied by 0.80. That's 80% written as a decimal point. I multiply it out and I get 24,000. I move my decimal point twice, 1, 2, and get 240.